Let's talk about Apple and search. And last night he said, Steve Jobs says he was not going to do search. What's the story? What do you think's happening?
Well, I think we have to rethink what we mean by search. Once we do, I think it's very clear that Apple's going to do search. So we get stuck in the idea that search is a web page with 10 blue links and we're putting in queries, like Google. But I think there's a very, very large search problem with apps, and I think Steve Jobs wants to solve that search problem.
So what will that mean? Or you mean there'll be sort of some universal search around apps, or how might it shape up?
When Steve Jobs said, as he did last night, that this has never happened in the history of our industry, I kind of roll my eyes because yes, it has. I mean, every website's an app, right? And we have tens and tens and scores of millions of apps called websites, and we had millions and millions of apps before we ever saw search evolve, really, in any meaningful fashion, besides just based on words. I mean, we have to remember what search was like in 1995, 1996, 1997. And Google came out in 1998, 1999, and really didn't gain traction until 2001, 2002. And that's because they found a signal in the ecosystem of the web. And I think when you look at the ecosystem as the apps are developing, the connection between the apps, there is no signal there yet. We don't have the link, and the link is going to be built. It's inevitable, and history will repeat itself, much as it already has with the web. So will Steve Jobs and Apple do search? Without question. Will they do search as we understand it today in terms of an HTML web? No, that's an ocean that's already been boiled.
So they're searching their own ecosystem in a sense. In other words, Google couldn't quite do that, or Microsoft couldn't do an app search, or they're in a unique position or not, or...
Well, Apple is in a very unique position in that they control probably the largest walled garden of apps anywhere in the Apple iTunes and the App Store. And so they have access to all of those applications. They have unique data. They have a policy that does not allow those applications to share third-party data outside of that walled garden. So they are in a unique position right now to take advantage of their market dominance in the app space. That does not mean that over time there won't grow up competitors to that. I think there will. But they are in a unique moment in time, and I think they know that, and it would be disingenuous to say that they don't.